What I'm going to be showing you are some simple drills and some dynamic movements as well. So you might want to do some of these drills before one of your like speed sessions or strength sessions as well. I'm not going to go through the drills. I'll just go through some of the drills that I would go through, and you can pause the video, do about 2-3 times. You either want to go over like a 20-meter distance or time yourself about 20 seconds, 15, 20 seconds. A lot of these movements should be done quite quickly. So if you've got some speed in there as well, you don't really need to do it for that long. You do the drills, you take a bit of rest, you go into maybe some dynamic movements. The dynamic movements also depend on how you're feeling as well. So the first movement that I would go for is like toe jumps. I'm going to show you 2 variations of this movement here. So first one, double feet, you're on the ball of your feet, and all I want you to do is you're jumping up, and with it, seeing if you can pull your toes up a little bit so you get a bit more of like a dorsiflexion. So you'll be here, jumping through, and then toes, and that's the first one. First drill that you might want to incorporate as part of your warm-up. The next one, so similar movement, toe taps, but going for single leg work. So with this one as well, there's 2 variations again. There's one where you're pulling back, so you're incorporating a lot more of the hamstrings and the glutes. And there's one where you're a little bit more passive, you're just on top, and again, it's just working more of the calves. So this is that variation here. And then if you're pulling back and you want to work a bit more of the hamstrings, you bring out slightly and you pull back. That's good. And again, you want to do that with some speed, but also depends on how your hamstrings are feeling as well. In terms of the dynamic movement, from here, when your toe facing up, you're going to go towards your heel and up towards your toe. So from here, slight hinge in the hips, coming through and up. Next step, and up. And by the way, this is after you've done a bit of a jog. And as I said, like I'm from a sprinting background, so sometimes we do sprint to like 60%, 50% as part of a warm-up, or you might just jog for like 8-10 minutes, and in between, you've got some of these movements as well. Okay, so one of the next movements what we might do is what we call like a low dribble or a cycling motion. So the low dribble is as if you're trying to go over your calf. And the idea behind this movement is that you don't want to leave your foot all the way behind at all or move too much with your torso. You're keeping everything nice and tight. So nice and tall, just a belly button facing forward, and then you're cycling through. So if I was doing it without actually going into the running motion, that's how it might look like. But let me show you the running motion version. Nice and tall, and you're here. Again, trying to apply the pressure down, cycling, and rest. That's good. So after those cycling motions, again, take a bit of rest. If you've done over 20 meters, you're going to feel this quite a bit. You've also, should I say, worked your hamstrings a little bit, worked your quads a little bit. Now, you choose how you want to use these dynamic movements. This is just here for you to be able to choose depending on how you feel, or you feel a little bit tight. So from here, I might go into some leg swings, and again, it depends on what I've been doing before. So leg swings, we're here, and don't worry if you can't, just say, get your leg up as high, and you might go for, say, 10 to 15 reps. So again, stretching the hip flexors and the hamstrings as well. That's good. So that's one side. We go to the other side, back through. That's good. Now from here, depending on how I'm feeling, if I want to do something that activates a bit more my glutes and helps me to put more force into the ground, these are 2 movements I might do. So A-skip, which can be a little bit more passive. If you're just here, it's nice and relaxed. You just pop the knee forward, trying to keep that 90-degree position at the top. But the faster version, you're pushing down as fast as you can with it as well. So it will look something like this. So nice and tall, and then like that. So that's one version of the drill that you might want to do. Another version is like, okay, so you're on the ball of your feet, and we're going for, so we're here, we'll come down. So this one's just one step, back up, one step, back up. So I'll go through the movement again, this time a little bit quicker. So nice and tall, here, boom. And I'll do the same again on the other side. So again, ball of the feet on one side, bouncing slightly, nice and tall. And then from here, you just boom, boom. So let's go again. And rest. That's good. Again, these are quite tiring, so you wouldn't be doing too many of these. In between, going back into some of your dynamic movements and leg swings. So from there, I might go into across the body leg swings. So you're holding on to something like here. From here, come across and back through. So you want to come up nice and high at the back. And again, I'll go for about 10 reps. This is just a chance for you to recover a little bit as well, just because all of these movements are more power-based than speed, which uses up a lot of energy. Okay, and we switch. 3, 2, and 1. Again, this is a little bit more for the doctors. And then I'll take the back and glutes as well as you come across. That's good. I'll show you another variation of a drill from the top. This one, 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, hold. You might see this on the app as well. But so we're here, we go 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, hold. So again, I'll give you the faster version. Okay. And that's it. Okay. And from here, I might come down to the floor. There's a lot of leg swings. And because so much is centered around the core and the hips as well, and how much power it can produce here, a lot of the leg swings are there to activate the hips as well. So the next one, you'll be like we call like a T position. So nice and wide. Hands in line with the chest. You're going to swing across, get as close as you can to your hand. You swing back, and same on the other side. That's good. Okay, next one is like, so we're rolling slightly, just to see how the back feels. And then from here, we're going over with our legs. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. So this one, we're just here, keep it more like a ball, and back down. So I'm gonna go for about 10 reps with this one. Trying to feel every aspect of the back. Okay, now from here, this is where it gets a little bit harder. Not everyone's gonna be able to do this, but the idea is, can you get your legs over your head and touch your toes on the floor? I haven't done this one for a while, so let's see what my flexibility is like. Should be here, you come over, and then coming back down. Now another version you can do as well is you swing back, and as you come through, you put the feet together, and then you reach out. So it'd be like this. So you come back, touch, feet together, reach out. Touch, feet together, reach out. And at first, you might find that actually it's difficult for you to get over. So you just go over as far as you can. So let's say it was just here. And you come back down. Eventually, you'll be able to go further and further until you're able to get all the way over and back through. That's good. Some of the other movements, again, centered around the hips. Let me see if I've forgotten anything. Again, a lot of this is knowing like what areas these drills target and just kind of feeling it for yourself. So once your proprioception improves and you're able to tell how your body is feeling from one session to the next, you know, okay, you know what, I need to do a bit more foam rolling here, or I need to do a bit more of this movement. And it is, once you've done enough of these drills, you then go into some sprints as well. That's good. Okay, so let's assume that you've done, should say, enough of these. From now, you'd get back up, you'd see how you feel, and then you test yourself out a little bit. So this one is, so I'm not actually going to do a proper sprint, but you come down into a nice low position, so chest over the knee. And then from here, you go into a bit of a drive out. Again, at this phase or at this time, you wouldn't be going 100%, just feeling your body, seeing where, okay, you know what, I need to do a bit more here, I need to do a bit more there. The other point as well for me to make is that sometimes with some of these, you might actually want to go more into a stretch as well. Let's see if we've gotten anything. Okay, so another drill that you might want to do is lunge. So you'll be lunging, so you lunge through, bring down your elbow as close as you can to your toe. You come back up, take the next step, same again, bring that elbow down, nice and close to the toe, and same again for the next step. We've also got like a windmill movement, so this is more for the hamstrings as well. And core, you're nice and wide with the feet, much wider than, should I say, shoulders apart. Come down to the center, and then from here, so bring that arm through, so you touch and touch. That's good. Let's see, I've got a quad stretch as well for you. Okay, so one of the quad stretches is where you've got one of your feet nice and close to the body. So say my left side, the right foot, about half a feet in terms of the distance apart. And from there, you're nice and tall. So keep your chest nice and tall. You're gonna roll over, so I call this like rolling knee. So rolling over onto the ball of your feet, and so you can get that knee all the way down, so you get this nice quad stretch. If you're struggling to do this, then your quads are super tight. So you might want to grab the foam roller first to come through and back in. So go for 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's good. And we switch. Same again. 3, 2, and 1. Rolling over, back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's good. And from here, feet together. All I'm looking for, double feet. So you're going over as far as you can and back in. 1, 2, 3. Again, you might have to play around with this one. 4, 5, and 6. That's good. One more, so we're going more for like a scorpion movement. So this one, you're on your front here. You're gonna bend one leg and come through as far as you can, and other side. Again, this would be one of the last movements I do. You don't be doing this one too early, unless you're just holding the position and then swinging back and holding the position. Okay, and that's it.